Hey everybody, Mike here. We're looking at some of the homework problems from section 1.6, and this is the division section, so we're going to go ahead and do some division problems. Starting with this one right here, negative 3.5 divided by 7. This is how many times 7 goes into 35, which is 5. It needs to be in that decimal spot, and it needs to be negative. Next, negative 22 divided by negative 22. Well, two negatives make a positive, and any non-zero number divided by itself is 1. So this is 1. Third, negative 10 divided by 0. Remember how I just said any non-zero number? That's because when we divide by 0, the answer is undefined. Lastly, 0 divided by 3.5. In this case, the answer is 0. When I divide a number by 0, the result is 0. All right, let's look at our next round of problems. This is all about finding reciprocals. I feel like changing color. And I'm not going to write equals because it's not equal. Use a little arrow. The reciprocal of 1/8 is, flip the fraction, 8 over 1, or just plain 8. The reciprocal of 10 is 1/10. Hey, if we want to write that as a decimal, that's 1/10. The reciprocal of negative 5 is also negative, negative 1/5. If we wanted to write that as a decimal, negative 0.2. What's the reciprocal of negative 1/3? Why? It's 1 divided by negative 1/3. Or we flip the fraction to get negative 3 over 1. Or we just write it as a plain negative 3. 1 over 5x, like above, that's 1 divided by 1 over 5x, or 5x over 1, or just 5x without that denominator. Lastly, negative 2/7, that's 1 divided by negative 2/7, or negative 7 over 2. I guess we could write this as a decimal, negative 3.5. All right. Next round of problems. Let's do a little bit of division here. This is x divided by 1 over y. Well, we just saw how to handle something like this. So this is going to be x times y over 1. Or we could say x over 1 times y over 1. Or just plain x times y. Okay. Next, we're going to take a look at 2/3 divided by 8/9. When we're dividing fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. This is 2/3 times 9/8. Let's reduce. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 8 4 times. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. What's left over? 3/4. You know what that means? 0.666 repeating divided by 0.888 repeating is equal to 0.75. That's bizarre. How about this last problem, this third problem here? Negative 6/13 divided by negative 5/13. Well, it doesn't matter that there's one negative sign outside parentheses and one inside. Our product, or quotient, pardon me, is going to be positive. I say product because, like before, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. The 13s will both reduce, and that'll leave us with 6/5. Great, that's our solution. next round of problems. It's this word problem right here. Find the percentage change in the following case. The population of a country increased from 83 million in 1990 to 244 million in 2010. Well, the first key on what we're going to do here is change. I'm going to take 244 and subtract 83 from it to get the amount of change. 161. Okay. And then what number did we start with? 83. So I'm going to take 83, I'm going to divide it into 161. I'm going to tack on a few decimal places here. So 83 doesn't go into 16, but it goes into 161 one time. And we subtract, and we're going to get 5, so borrow that, 8. 15 is 7. 78. Great. Now let's bring down that 0. 780. I'm going to guess 9. Yeah, 9 times. 9 times 83 is 7. Carry the 2. 72 makes that 74. Yeah, 747. And we're going to borrow from here. 33. Okay. Next, we'll bring down that 0. 83 going into 330. 8 goes into 33 4 times, but that's going to be too much. It's going to be 3, I think. So 249 after we multiply. Now let's see, let's borrow 1, 881, yep. And this is 193%. But I need to know if I need to round this up or not. 81 is almost 83, so I actually should round this up to 194%. And to prove that, we'll do one more decimal place, 810. We already know this goes into there 9 times. So 810 minus 747 is going to get us 7, 10, 3, 6, 63. But more importantly, 1939, that 9 tells us to round the 3 up to a 4. Okay, that's it for section 16, 1.6. I will see you guys next video.